Welcome to Silent Hill Ascension, the post show. I am Noah, and I'm here with the amazing NEKOFACE. But hold on one second, because before I formally introduce you, I do want to say that Eric's, the choice we've made in the scene in the laundromat with Eric, where we chose Let Them Stay, that was a domination choice. So we'll talk more about the story on Monday, but right now we have Eric Peterson and Cevin Key, the legendary Cevin Key. Hello, NEKOFACE. Welcome to the show.
Hello.
Thank you.
And we also have Tiger Lily, right?
Yes, hello, Tiger Lily. She's a camera hog.
Amazing. She's a camera hog cat. I like this hybrid of a creature. But yes, so thank you so much for coming here today. Hold on. I weirdly, I'm so excited to have you here because I've been a really big fan for a long time, and I know a lot of our audience members are really big fans too. And by the way, that scene that played now with Brit at the Isotel, I saw that the chat was going off about the strings on that one, because that was like a new track, I think, that we didn't hear before.
Okay, awesome.
So
Yes.
Anyway, could you please introduce yourselves and your role here at Silent Hill Ascension?
Hi, I'm Cevin Key, and I'm one half of NEKOFACE. And this is a new thing we formed to make scary, fun music together.
And I'm Eric Peterson. I'm the other half.
Yes, and this is actually really amazing because some of you may know, if you listened also to the interview with Stefan, that it's kind of a circular influence here. We're going to talk about it in a second, but Cevin is from very legendary band Skinny Puppy, and they influenced the original soundtrack of Silent Hill. So how did you guys, though, start collaborating with each other?
It was funny. When I started my Patreon, I didn't think that I would end up connecting with so many like-minded people, but it is an amazing platform to connect with like-minded individuals. So I put up stems, you call it, for people to remix. And I think I did it 10 times. And out of each of the 10 or more times, this guy over here, Eric, was shining brightly. And I was noticing every time that he was not only sending me one piece, he'd send me many. So I inevitably started realizing that, wow, he really likes some really cool, odd things that we were connecting on. So I said I would send him something, and he sent me back several versions of it. And I swear the next week, Stefan from GenVid in Silent Hill basically called me and asked me if I would be interested in discussing this. And at first I thought this couldn't even be true. So I'm very thankful that it did turn out to be true, I will say, and meeting Eric and making a partnership.
That's actually really beautiful. Yeah, Eric, what's your POV on that?
I mean, I grew up listening. I mean, I was a huge fan of the band Skinny Puppy, obviously. So for me, it was a dream come true. And I still remember that Sunday, hey, do you have a minute? Message. Yes. Well, do you want to make a soundtrack for a video game or whatever it was? It was fantastic.
That's amazing. And it's really, I feel like we can feel that everybody is really a fan of the franchise here, and it's really awesome. So what were each of your roles in creating the Silent Hill Ascension music?
Well, we both are programmers and capable with electronics. And basically I would send something to Eric that would be an inspirational piece, and I wouldn't try to finish it, specifically because I knew that he's very good at taking it in any direction. So I basically send him things that were the mood, and then he would elaborate, and in some cases not even need me. So basically the partnership was really fluid. We created, I'm going to say, maybe close to 100 pieces of music over the course of time for this project.
Wow.
Some would say that's 10 albums. I would say, yeah, that's probably about right.
And you're releasing
absolutely.
each and every one of them, right? Just kidding. But I wish. Yeah, so Eric, you feel the same way. It's kind of like a collaborative.
Yeah, for me, it was obviously, Cevin is, like I've said many times before, but he's a legend in the industrial arena. So for me, he played a huge kind of a producer role, directed me, and kind of made the project really enthusiastically, draw me in with huge inspiration. Some pieces that he sent me immediately, I was like, okay, this is where I'm going. And then he would hold me back in. It's like, no, this is not where we're going on this one. So he kept, he's a fantastic producer. What can I say? The record is out there. So it was fantastic. And he honed the sound in by that production. So I think I didn't realize the NEKOFACE sound as much as he did probably, but he kind of directed our partnership with the NEKOFACE sound into what it is. So that's what's truly amazing to me.
So y'all are interwoven with our project, really, NEKOFACE, and that's an honor. But speaking of interweaving, how does the music interweave with the narrative themes here?
I think that as I was feeling some of the music, if it kind of like drew an emotion, and the emotion for me, which is really fantastic, is that Silent Hill is the perfect world for me. I thought thank God they're not asking me to score like a racing game, or something like that. The score that Akira Yamaoka originally did for Silent Hill is basically super cool and it sets the pace for what I knew that I wanted to bring, because that world is it's a world that I sometimes have felt common ground with, a world where you're stuck. You don't know if you're in it or not. There's a mystery. There's a sense of darkness, eluding. Mystery is all over the place. And so there's an interesting component to music, being able to say emotionally how you might feel at that point. So I felt it really amazing to be able to just draw upon emotion, put it down, and then send it off to Eric. And then Eric would explore how we were sort of instructed. Each month we had a series of milestones that would said what the directive was, what city it was in, where it is, what's the action. And so trying to fit it into that narrative was kind of like the next step.
Yeah, absolutely. Reading the script was important for me as well. And we didn't really listen too much. We didn't want to get too influenced by the other music, because we wanted to hone in our own and at the same time, pay tribute to Akira Yamaoka. So it's kind of absolutely a fantastic experience.
Right. And we really feel that it feels like, to me, they're detachable at this point, like the characters from the music. So that's like a success. So is there any difference between scoring like a traditional film or show and scoring an interactive series like Silent Hill Ascension?
Yeah, there's quite a difference in that, usually when you're scoring a movie, you're scoring a reel or a scene that's three minutes or less, or sometimes 5 minutes, 7 minutes. And you're encompassing that whole activity and everything about it. But in this sense, we were given directives and not given the ability to score to movement or to score to scene. And that's where, when you're collaborating with a team of great editors and people that have an ear for how the music should fit, then it becomes a bigger collaborative in the end. And that's something that I really enjoy. So yeah, I know that when I'm planting a seed for something, that it's going to grow when it hits Eric. And I know when it leaves Eric that it's going to go to the editing team, and the editing team is going to have stems to see how it fits properly within the setting. So it's exciting.
Yeah, it was very different. We would score maybe like a 4 minute or 2 minute piece that had 4 sections in it. So 30 seconds. And then, one section either really heavy drums, the next is piano. So when you listen to it, like as a standalone, it could be kind of interesting, I think. But to the actual interactive series, I think it plays it glues it together.
And it's kind of miraculous, really, that like the way you're saying it now, I'm thinking like it's kind of miraculous that it doesn't sound like a cacophony, like that it all kind of just flows together is amazing. So what was your favorite track to make for Silent Hill Ascension?
Well, there was a couple that I made that I knew it was right when I was actually break down into tears. So I thought, oh, this is perfect. And there's a great amount of emotion. And so I had lost one of my other favorite cats in my life, and I was really easy to draw upon, sort of like this feeling of being lost, or the feeling of sadness, or whatever the feeling of being emotional. And then I sent it off to Eric, and then he said one of them made him also get teary. So I thought, like, okay, this is great.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Which theme was that, Eric?
Astrid's theme.
Astrid's theme,
yeah.
Yeah.
And that is, and I didn't want to, I mean, it's intact the way Cevin I just added a little bit of tears at the end with strings.
You're ripping us apart here, really. And I'm very sensitive. I can cry. But I love that you're like, crying is a good reaction. It's like when I produce something, if people don't vomit, I'm offended. But do you have a favorite character in the Silent Hill Ascension story?
Eric?
Wait, do you mean Eric the character? Or Eric the Eric?
Eric, obviously. Yeah. Question that if I played. No, I
really started to enjoy it.
Yeah, I think the quirkiness of Ava is kind of funny, and I Rachel obviously is a big role. Xavier with his evil plot, with the Foundation. I mean, there's so many. The way it's written, I think it comes together so nicely. So one week you may have one favorite. And I think Rachel is not liked for very long, and now she's kind of gaining the momentum back. Is what I understand.
Yeah, it feels that way, right?
Yeah. So
I actually said that I actually don't want to pick a character as much as I want to say I'm intrigued so much by the art that has gone into creating the people from a virtual computer world that I just marvel at the complexions of the eye colors and all the detail that's gone into the programming of everything. It's just incredible.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And so basically all your characters are your favorite because you made all of us cry listening to their themes.
Personal relationship with them because we made themes almost for
right. So you really had to dive into each one of them.
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome. So we're coming to close to wrapping the interview part. Is there anything else you want to share with the audience?
Absolutely. This Sunday, we will be doing a live chat with Akira Yamaoka himself, live to Tokyo, Sunday afternoon, 3 p.m. It's live on my Patreon. And afterwards, it will be shared publicly through YouTube. So you can do a search. And hopefully it'll be linked here possibly. But, I heard that Akira had been originally inspired by Skinny Puppy. Actually, I didn't hear that until I was well into, at least almost finished the work with Silent Hill. So I thought, like, this is incredible. How can this be that Akira Yamaoka was inspired somewhat by Skinny? And then I read it and I thought, like, okay, this is incredible. So it's like a circular inspiration, as you were saying. I was incredibly inspired by what he did and the games and the scores and all that he has done. So we're going to connect minds with interpreter Luke Baker. Myself and Eric will be there. So if you can join us on Sunday at 3 p.m., please try.
Oh, it's going to be awesome.
That's amazing. So everybody make sure to tune into that Sunday, 3 p.m. Pacific time. Akira Yamaoka, the original prolific composer of the Silent Hill Ascension franchise. Make sure to tune into that. And thank you so much for the interview. Do you guys mind staying with me until we wrap here?
Not a problem, Noah.
Thank
we'll
you,
stay
boss.
around.
Okay, great. So we're almost done here, but I want to recap what happened because we had basically Brit going with Niels trying to find maybe outside of Stillendalen it is more safe for them, and we have also Nora saying that she wants to bail on the whole situation. Stay tuned, things are brewing as you saw. Wanna see where everything goes, who survives. Stick around in the app for the puzzles. You know I love the puzzles, they are very soothing. And I'm not sure if we can show the next graphic because we want you to not miss the Akira Sunday Patreon thing. So we do want you to see that. So I'm just going to tell you that the pre-shows we have are 5:40 p.m. Pacific time on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. The show is every weekday on 6 p.m. Pacific time. And that's about it, guys. We're here for the post show on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays right after the show. So I want to say again, thank you so much, Eric, and thank you so much, Cevin. I'm truly, truly, truly honored. It's your stuff has been an influence for me too, and I think it's like the first interview in all the interviews I've done where I was like legit nervous and people were like, "No, are you okay?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm fine. I'm not nervous. That's totally chill."
I didn't notice a thing.
Oh shit, and I blew it now. Well, never mind. But no, thank you so much, guys. Thank you for the amazing music you've created.
Thank you guys, and big up to the whole Silent Hill community and crew.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we'll see you guys on Monday. And okay, one big thing about Monday that I gotta mention, we're gonna have Jacob here. So you do not want to miss this. We are going to have Eduardo, potentially Goth, I don't know. But for sure, we're going to have Eduardo with Jacob. So make sure to be here on Monday. So that's all I got to share with you for tonight. Whether it's rain, shine, or fog, as Eduardo likes to say, which I ripped off, by the way. Please have a wonderful weekend. We'll see you next week.